Hey everyone. That was weird. Weird stuff happened on my screen. I'm Neil. I'm here with my co-host Shelly.
Hey everyone.
And this is Love Blind, a podcast now about more than just Love is Blind. We're covering the Manosphere, Louis Theroux's Manosphere documentary that is blowing up on Netflix. I inflicted it upon Shelly. I apologize. I think you found it less amusing than I did, but I thought it was entertaining. And I do hate them greatly. They're all terrible people, but I think he did such a really great job of emasculating them for my entertainment that I actually feel like I think the major criticism I read was he doesn't focus enough on the women and in their lives. I'm going to assume there are very strategic reasons for a few of those things.
Yeah.
And I also think it was pretty effective either way. I think he let them twist themselves by their own petard.
Yeah.
And I think they fell for every trap he set, every single one. So I enjoyed that part. I think he really hooked those idiots.
Yeah.
Like the first guy starts out. I mean, I think that's the crazy thing, right? Is he's like, oh, like, who is this guy? I gotta look this guy up.
Yeah.
Like the day of Louis Theroux showing up, he's like, oh, I signed all this shit. Like, I don't know, some documentary wants to make a documentary about me. Yeah, I'm important. Like, they think they're gonna like have him just out of hand.
Yeah.
And he shows up. First of all, I don't know if it was just me. It didn't look like he had. I have gray hair patches in the back now, so sometimes it does look like I have chunks out of my hair. I swear to God, this guy's diabolical. I'm pretty sure Louis Theroux kind of had a fucked up haircut to kind of look even nerdier, so that these guys would definitely think he was a beta, and then just alpha cuck him over and over, scene after scene, by just pointing out how they sound by asking a simple question and then being silent.
Yeah. Just letting them talk, like letting them take their own break.
Like so many times, you could see that he and let's get into more specifics. So the first guy, God, I don't even know his name. Tiki
HR, is that right?
HS. Something Tiki Talkie. And first of all,
person, I know that, but I don't know what it's HRHS. It's one of those.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't. Anyway, yeah. Look, his marketing sucks. I don't know. Like he's all. First of all, he's on the run from the police for like hit and run.
It was like very confusing. I was
in a Lamborghini. First of all, although to your point in the last episode.
But you're doing a documentary? Like, what? Okay. Not the brightest there, maybe? I don't
know, man. That's real. I'll tell you what. Manosphere logic for you. Cheers.
Like, okay, not great.
Logic. Don't think about it. Be wrong later also.
Like, if you're going to go on the run, why aren't you laying low key? Why are you still making podcasts out in public doing, I don't know, I was like very confused.
Right. So like, here's this guy's gig, right? First of all, how does he have a Lambo? Well, first of all, he does TikTok stuff that like got him to blow up. It's very like Manosphere, by the way, is like a set of influencers promoting very misogynistic, ridiculous ideology about like male superiority and all of this anti-women rhetoric that is weaponized and now propagandizing young boys. And these guys say incredibly disgusting shit, just repeatedly for lots of money. And then this who in his videos. Now, here's the thing. This is what I hate. Tiki-Taki. This piece of shit sits there and goes, it's for people with weak minds. It's disgusting. I wouldn't want my kids living in I don't do it's gross, disgusting. Anyone who does it, that's up. I wouldn't want my daughter doing that. How do you make most of your money? I own an online OnlyFans model agency. You own, and then so it's like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. This is not how this works. No, no, no. You do not get to say my mortgage is paid by these quote doing evil shit that you would never want anyone to do, and you openly advocate against. You can't come in here and then say you're like, you know what, you hypocrite. You know for a fact that has no backbone, no values, no morals, and no ethics. He doesn't believe anything. All he believes is what makes him richer, and you poorer, you dumb saps.
Yeah.
And then he has this investment firm that between the time that Louis Theroux met him and went back to film again, he had already lost almost all of the $500 he had invested.
This guy is just like a jack of all trades. He can provide you.
It's all a pyramid scheme. It's all huckster peddling lies. They think, and here's the thing, and here you can see it with every one of them. It's so beautiful. Actually, not every one of them. There's two cases. Tiki-Taki, his girlfriend straight up is like, if you didn't have money, I'm out of here. That's her mom. She's like, I'm here because you got cash, bro. And I don't care. Hey, more power to her. If you can put up with his whatever.
Right.
He's a horrible person. But then a couple of them, the second guy, I don't even remember his name. Not the one, not is it Kevin with the red hair? Like
the red hair guy?
Not the red hair guy, the other guy. The guy who it wasn't Tiki-Taki, right? That had the podcast guy whose girlfriend talked
Angie.
And who now here's the thing, like that's where I think that's where Louis Theroux is so diabolical. Is he knows he could go there and get all this scoop and all this whatever. He could talk to her. She could try to dish whatever, right? And then all they're going to say is some hysterical woman had all these laundry lists of complaints, blah, 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 and they're going to hand wave that. Instead, 40 chess master shows up and goes, oh, like she said, what, 2 sentences maybe? And then he's like, and all of a sudden this texts her and she can't say a word. And he's kind of like, oh, okay, bye.
And that wasn't the girlfriend. That was the person that worked for him. That wasn't the
producer.
Yeah, the producer. Yeah. That was the person that books all the girls. She's in charge of booking.
I thought was that not his girlfriend also? I thought it was the same character.
No. The girlfriend's somebody completely different. Yeah. It's 2 different people.
Well, that girl, like, that was the one that was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, but then she left, right? Right at, like, she quit that job or something. Like, I thought it said she left his podcast or something right after.
The girlfriend left him.
Oh, the girlfriend left him. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think he just gets to say these things in front of, like, but he's all like the one-way monogamy thing.
Yeah.
What the all of them, every one of these is like, look, I sleep with any women I want, and she just sleeps with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening here? How does that work? And all of them literally say, all of them try to claim that's how women are. And I'm like, and Louis again throws out a great comment. oh, that's weird. Like, you guys are all talking about this, but you're not asking the one woman that's in the group about that.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Because, again, they all say these things about women, and they
Yeah.
claim women have no, this is how women are. And I'm like, that's weird. Because this is sound like, if you ask a woman how they feel, I don't think anyone feel
But
that.
they
I don't
don't need
think.
to ask because they already know. Like, one guy was like, "I know what women want. I know how they think. I don't need to." Why would he ask? He already knows. So he's
And then, yeah, of course, he says, because you don't. So, like, I don't understand. First of all, I it's not gonna work. I mean, there might be a few pick me girls. Like, you're gonna get some pick me girls, sure,
well, the thing
right?
is, like, all these girls are so replaceable, and I don't know if they
Right.
realize that or not, but they're so replaceable. Like,
Oh,
these
that's why
guys
the wife, also the redhead guy's wife, 1,000% was like, "Oh, and she is as soon as he gets tired of her. And
yeah,
so when he's like, "Oh, it seems more protective for him that he doesn't have a."
he didn't marry her. She
Yeah,
has no
he didn't marry
financial
her.
ties. Yeah,
Exactly. And so and then she starts realizing that, and here's the thing, cold blooded. He stands there and directly says, "Wow, that sounds like you have a lot more to gain by not getting married," looking straight at him. And
yeah,
but here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Same thing with all of those women in their lives. They can pretend, he can tell her all day long, and the whole point of their shtick is cognitive dissonance. That's how they work. They work by cognitive dissonance. So what they want to do is have a woman believe that, like, they can't leave, or like, this is the greatest thing. You're the best thing for me. But then simultaneously be like, but you also can't, like, you're demeaning me, but at the same time, you're telling me, like, but why would you be with me if you thought I was terrible? But then you tell me it doesn't seem like I ever am doing the right thing. So, like, I feel like he can split himself and be like, my content's the content, baby. Like, yeah, but like, we're fine. But then when
yeah,
this guy comes in and is like, no, let's break it down. This is going to be on television.
yeah.
Let's talk about it. And then she's like, uh-oh. And
Well,
then,
they're obviously objectifying women, and the basic message I got is that women are only good for cooking, cleaning, maybe having kids, and having sex, and that's about it.
right.
Nothing else. Cool. But also I feel like they're demeaning themselves too, because it's like their only worth is based on their status and money. That's it. Like they have no value as a character. Like they're only
Yeah.
like, and it's just like everyone's just down to basic like stats. That's it.
Yep.
And if you can meet those stats, you can get whatever you want. And that's it's like so it's like obviously very awful to women, but it's also awful to men because it's like this is all you're worth. All you're worth is your
Exactly.
money
Yeah.
and your status. And if you don't
Yep.
have those two things, you're never gonna
Oh,
succeed. Yeah.
I think what you see in that documentary more than anything, though, is these guys know it. And I don't want to give any empathy or compassion to. I don't have a lot of empathy to give them. But here's the thing: if you number one, HS Tiki Taki HR whatever
Comparison.
HR puffin
One.
stuff, whatever, that he is a whipped mama's boy who was damaged because he didn't have a father figure,
Yeah.
and they were financially insecure, and now he has a demented need to, quote, provide. And
Yeah.
he's a scared little boy,
Yeah.
broken inside, answering to mommy, and his mom is again willing to put up with whatever misogynistic he says, until again, because she can say, well, who likes everything their kids say?
Yeah.
Sure, my parents would probably freak if they saw this, but, like, yeah, that's that's who he is. This, red hair guy, good God, he got on camera, the guy multiple times on camera, unprompted. Literally goes like, man, everyone thinks I'm empty and hollow and like this life doesn't mean anything, but they're wrong.
I have the best life
They're
ever. Yeah, good for you.
wrong.
Cool.
Like, look at my life, right? It's good, right? Look, it's good, right? Oh, it's good. I'm a good boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, get the out of here, bro. Like, you, again, he is a scared, terrified, again, he's the same way. I want to provide. And his whole, like, mom being flaky. So he's like, I need
Yeah.
multiple girlfriends. And can we talk the one way monogamy until someone pointed, so it was pointed out, you mean polygamy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're the word. It's called polygamy. It just turns out there's a negative association with it, isn't there? And
Yeah.
so, like, what's up with that? Like, they all need to have multiple women, but their wife can't. And then they show I have to debunk the absolute. And here's the thing: I wanted to debunk it with science, Shelly. I really did. The video they showed, which again, I'm going to claim diabolical. I'm going to say diablerie. What is there? What's
The
the word
DNA
for it?
video, is that what you're talking about?
The DNA video. The
Yeah.
DNA video that claims DNA from a partner's. Now, here's what I assumed maybe was said somewhere, that maybe something about the sperm and epigenetic markers or something could hang around. I don't know. But I was like, literal DNA from and then they go and he goes and it ends up like they find it in their brain. And I'm like, now wait a minute.
Mhm.
Hold up here. Now, this is why I think, again, diabolical. Everyone in this day and age can Google that. And you know what the first response is? There isn't even any citation at all close to what that, nothing at all can, I can't even debunk it because there's no claim to debunk. A guy just said a
Yeah.
dumb, wrong thing.
Yeah.
There's no DNA from a partner that ever stays in you. And it absolutely would never affect the look of it. Now, he claimed it would affect the look of your baby. It might look like an old boyfriend. Now, that is clearly, but I thought there might be a tiny fraction of a hair of a truth that maybe something ever, like the internet literally is just unanimously found. Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't. Like,
No.
that's just wrong and dumb.
Yeah. But that's what they have to do. They have to invent this data points or these stories to
To make
continue.
women
Yeah.
unpure and
To
yeah,
continue having whatever they're, I mean, these people are all obviously very severely traumatized and have a lot of childhood wounds, have
yeah,
parental wounds, and instead of doing the healthy thing and maybe addressing them, they've created this like barrier wall where it's like I can be so protected from
yeah,
anything that ever happens if I just have money and status and women around me. And
yeah.
like they're not really living any kind of authentic life, obviously. Like, I mean, they're pretty
Oh
sad.
no,
And
it's
pathetic.
all
Uh,
of them are so hollow. It's
yeah,
fucked up.
yeah,
Like the fact that it didn't take him very much hanging out with them for all of them to crack.
yeah,
Every single one of those veneers cracked immediately to being desperately afraid of being poor
yeah,
and then having them be this father figure they never had to
yeah,
some. But here's the thing. Sounds a lot like kind of they're like their dads actually, because if you think about it, all their dads were probably just a bunch of ladies too. And it
yeah.
just so happened some of them got knocked up. So now you want to do that to someone else because what happens if you knock up? What about hey red hair Flanagan or whatever the your name is?
Yeah.
Irish McMurphy. I don't know. He looks super Irish. He's just red haired. I don't know.
Yeah.
Irish people are really.
Yeah.
I think there are other cultures. But it's anyway. This shows up and like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I offend. Now feel like I should apologize. I'm
For
sorry
what?
to the Irish.
Out of
Yeah,
the Irish. Well, yeah,
yeah.
he's just, I mean, his only goal, I guess, is to have threesomes and then, well, date other women,
Yes.
potentially have threesomes. I don't know.
But
Like,
then what if one of them get pregnant? Then like is he gonna be that kid's dad? Or
of
is it
course,
like now
I think he'll be the kid's dad because that's another claim. That's an extension of himself. So he'll take on that role. But that woman is also getting no support, nothing from him. So, like, I think
right?
he just sees his kids because he did seem, I think he sees his kids as an extension of himself. So, like, they, I think, will be
Oh yeah.
provided for. I don't think the women are ever going to be provided for. So, as soon as he, that woman, that the first lady that he's with, as soon as she
Yep.
loses her value, quote unquote, she's done.
Yep.
The only
No,
thing
I
she's
think
yeah,
that's super astute. It's only about the offspring and it's their like the
yeah,
next generation. It's their chance
it's
to
their
not.
legacy. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's their chance to redo.
Yeah,
And so like I didn't have to do it, so I'm gonna do this for my kid.
yeah,
But then they have this demented, weird desire to like, I don't know, knock up a bunch of people, I guess, or just
yeah,
but they can't commit anyway. If you look, I don't care. I don't want to kink shame. Like if you're into like poly and stuff, that's fine.
yeah.
But like I think there's a little bit of judgment about like unicorn hunting, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind
Well,
that.
it's also like, I just, it's all over the place. It's like women shouldn't be able to vote. We shouldn't have rights. Like, cool. That's
Man,
fun. Okay. Like,
here's my thing, man. That's where when did we get there? The fact that multiple of them say women shouldn't vote.
yeah,
I don't even understand what that means. Like, I get what it means,
right, right.
but none of them. I guess that's what I wanted to see from him. Not he ne- then my first. I think any normal human being's first question when someone goes, "I don't think women should vote," you should go, "Why?"
Yeah.
And then make them explain it because he never made them explain. I
Oh,
don't
no,
know
they don't have a good
why.
reason. Like, what, it's just, it's more degrading, just more taking away women's rights to like, to prop themselves up, obviously. Like,
Exactly.
these are very insecure people. I think they've
Yeah.
got a lot of, mother wounds and just they've been wronged in some way. And so like this is their way of like shielding themselves and protecting themselves. And like
Yeah.
they obviously need therapy, not these podcasts. They don't need people
Yeah.
listening to their propaganda. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like it just like they're
Oh, it's this guy. I mean, but like also, and I'm not going to victim blame, but like he does talk about like the symbiosis of like the influencers that go on there and get embarrassed, and it's like that's also again that's because of society, but at the same time they're feeding off that content, and I'm like, well, I guess if no one would go on, they wouldn't have the content.
yeah.
So there's that, but someone's probably always will. But it's then again,
But they're
you
like
know,
their target audience, whether they like to admit it or not, which they don't like to admit, is young impressionable boys who are like
yeah,
learning about their bodies and their women and like they're
yeah.
learning, as a
Oh,
teenager and like
my favorite thing. Ooh, every one of their fans, every fan of theirs, everyone. I'm pretty perceptive. I was looking at all of them. I hated them all. Everyone that came up to every one of those influencers in public
mhm,
was the biggest piece of in high school that you've ever met.
yeah.
Period. And here's the thing as an outcast nerd, yeah, I stayed out of those dude bros way. And so, but all of them were the most disgusting dude bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, if you're out there in the world and you don't know what that looks like, then you probably were one because the only option was that or someone they harassed.
Yeah.
So like they didn't they were like, we're the peak alphas. And also, guess what? I don't put a lot of stock in just completely fabricated things, and
Yeah.
so the whole alpha male thing actually isn't true whatsoever about wolves, other than those specifically in captivity. And
Mhm.
the guy who wrote it retracted that that is wolf behavior. The alpha behavior is only in severely like not cage, but like
Yeah.
domesticated all in one area. But in the wild, that is not at all what happens. And so all of their entire philosophy is not even based on a true reality. It's based on something that it's like the vaccine thing causing autism. Like that entire study was fabricated. Not well,
Right.
not the data was manipulated in a way to make it even statistically significant in a way that was systematic. So anyway, but again, you gotta have to like think about things sometimes. It doesn't just get fed to you. But
Right.
you know, I don't know. I just think all of these. I I hope eventually those folks will have realizations that maybe they shouldn't have been who they were. But man, they're pretty bad. It's pretty
I think
bad.
they just obviously like need I mean, I don't really have much hope for any of them. I feel like they'd have to admit they're wrong and
Yep.
probably not gonna happen. Like it would take a lot of intervention for any of these people. Like I think they're just
Yeah.
so far gone. And they're getting rewarded for their opinions right now. So unless that
Yeah.
changes, I don't know why would they change? Like they are
Exactly. Yeah.
so it's unfortunate, but yeah, whew, yeah.
I don't know. But at the end of the day, though, that one girlfriend left. I don't know if
Yeah.
the wife didn't leave or
Well, I think
anything.
she left
But
because she wanted to have a kid with him because she needed to get some kind of tie to him, and he didn't want that. Um, that guy, the podcaster guy, fresh and
yeah,
fit
yeah,
or whatever his name is, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I've never heard of any of these people before in my life, so I don't
I
know.
actually hadn't either. Like, he didn't get any of the like really good ones or like the really really big ones because I think
Yeah,
they're too savvy.
yeah.
To the yeah, they're not gonna get like. I was trying to figure out anyway. I was trying to look something up real quick, but um, yeah, I don't know. I was entertained that at least there were some comeuppance. I think it made them look really.
Yeah,
I think it made them look really immature and dumb. I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to things that were out there that they didn't want to admit or didn't think were there.
yeah.
And so,
I think he could
you
have done
know,
more to push on these people. Like, I felt like he was a little soft with them at times. And I know the
that's
whole point was to get access to them and to have them like
yeah,
word on themselves basically and tell on themselves. I get that, but I feel like he could have been a little more heavy-handed, maybe off camera, like done more to I don't know.
I don't think I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to like you have to so there is I don't know if people recognize how to break on camera the way some of them did. I see there's a couple scenes of I don't remember which guy it was. I think it was the third guy, not the Angie guy or the redhead, the other one that we were talking. But like kids are coming up, and I
Yeah.
swear, it was like something about Jewish people, right? It was like a really anti-Semitic thing. I'm telling you, man, watch. If you don't know how to read people, this is like for neurodivergent people out there. If you don't know how to read people, watch that scene. They start saying stuff that's like super anti-Semitic, and he is so visibly like, "Uh-oh, this isn't good." Like this is he's like he's kind of like, "Oh no, oh,
Yeah.
but he like, but like most people think he's shaking that off. But like Louis Theroux is dead. Like he does ask them still stuff about it. Like, and so he does make them sit with it. And I will say, I think there's a lot of efficacy there that people don't realize that I don't. It was a lot. This is a really off topic tangent, but it was a YouTube video of a guy asking this like redneck mechanic guy something about why he hated some policy about whatever immigrants or something conservative talking point. And the guy starts saying stuff, and he's like, "Why do you think that?" And then he was like, "Why do you believe that about them?" I think it was maybe like them not like immigrants not working anyway, not working or not anyway. And so, but he just doesn't respond until the guy starts talking and stops a couple times, and he just doesn't give in. Just let them have to tell you the answer. Because the more, if you sometimes when you push them and argue, you get them on this defensive and they'll start lashing out, and then you'll start taking any of that bait. It's a diversion, it lets them divert the conversation. But sometimes when you make them sit silently with it and tell you exactly that thing, and you're
Yeah.
just like, it, but like there's multiple times in this that I have seen such excruciating discomfort on their faces from this that I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying it's going to change them, but that's like saying him digging in is going to change them, right? I don't think, I think if you if you watch that and you think those guys look good at all, you are tragically and acutely and I think you need to reevaluate your life because like it's so logically and morally and just it's just hypocritically
Yeah.
and entirely fabricated
Yeah.
as a it's a Ponzi scheme as well. All of them have like multi-level marketing. So not
Yeah.
only it's a Ponzi scheme to scoop you up and steal your wealth
Yeah.
while promoting awful values. So I actually think like I don't know anyone who could watch that and be like, "Man, they really owned that guy." Like, and if you do think that, like, you're really dumb.
I think part of it too is like, so they're trying to obviously gain money from people with all these little side hustles that they're doing, and they're
Yeah,
promoting this propaganda. I think they're very targeted in their audience because they
yeah,
know those people are enough to like
yeah,
believe that about women. So they're the ones that are actually gonna be buying their trading platform, their trading, whatever it is
sure,
they're trying to
sure,
sell. So I feel like they're very targeted in who they're marketing to. Because I
yeah,
know like a logical person's gonna be like, what do you know? Like, I'm not giving you money. But
yeah.
like somebody
Well,
who's
yeah,
kind
but
of dumb enough to
I
believe
don't think
that,
Louis Theroux digging in on them is gonna change any incels
it's
mind.
not. That wasn't my point, but I wish it was a little more heavy-handed, like,
Yeah.
not on them, that wasn't my point, but, like, off camera,
Oh,
what
oh,
like,
like
more
him, like,
commentary. Yes, yeah,
got
not
it.
to them, just
Sorry,
outside of
I
them.
was got it.
No, 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 no.
I read that wrong. I thought you meant on anyway. Yeah,
No, no, I
got
meant
it.
off
Got it. Got it.
camera,
Got it.
away from
Got
them,
it.
like, being more commentary on, like, yeah, that I
Yeah.
was,
Okay. Yeah, that's probably fair.
but
That
not to them,
is
there's no point, it doesn't
got it.
matter,
Got it. Got
they're
it.
irrelevant.
Now I see what you're saying. Sorry, I was lost. I agree, and that's a thing I.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about the one thing that really triggered me though? Like against Louis Theroux when they were literally beating the shit out of a dude and he didn't call 911. Is that
Mhm.
up? Isn't that up? He
Yeah.
should have called 911, right?
Louis, well, yeah, but it's also I don't know, like, yes, obviously, but he's he would probably be in danger himself. I don't know, like, I don't know.
But someone called 911 because the police showed up.
Yeah,
So like I think that's one of those documentarian things where like they're like apart from their subject, and I get that that's their line, but I
yeah,
feel like there's an artistic line and then there's a humanity line,
yeah,
and I think when a guy's getting his ass kicked by five dudes, whether I'm the documentarian or not, I'm gonna
yeah,
run over there and those dudes up.
yeah,
I will get in there and get my ass kicked just the same because that's fucked up. Also, I don't even think it was a pedo thing, was it? I thought they pretended to be 30. They just beat up a guy, as far as I understood.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a pedophile. It wasn't like they messaged a 13-year-old. I thought they said they sent pictures as a 30-year-old to a 50-year-old and just said we're gonna hit a guy in the face,
Yeah.
which is despicable. So to me, I do think there's that line, but at some point, I think
Yeah.
you might have succeeded as a documentarian, and I am promoting your work, but I think you failed as a human, and I think you should apologize for that.
Yeah.
That's my controversial take, is that documentarians can't just let this happen and stand there and say, "Oh, but I was behind the camera. I'm just an
Right.
observer." And it's
Right.
like, "Hey, bro, I was just following orders. Doesn't hold up. So I was just filming. Ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold up either." So at least I think he should have gone and fought the guys. I might have tried to get stop them, but he should have at least called 111 and not
Yeah.
just stood there and watched.
Yeah.
Like, that's me.
I honestly, the whole thing just made me lose brain cells. I was like, "Why am I watching these people?" Like, I understand the point of the documentary, I get it, but
Yeah,
it was just, I don't know, it's
yeah.
hard to watch, and I know these people exist and blah. But yeah,
See, that's how I feel about the house, like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I
yeah.
know they exist, but I hate them.
That one I can stomach. This is yeah, this one I just can't.
And no one is actually embarrassing. And the only reason I can stomach this is he's embarrassing them to their faces.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like that's why I can handle it. Now,
yeah,
if there were shows where we did that, if there were shows where reality contestants come on and someone just embarrass them by making them
yeah,
answer a wholehearted, truthful questions about themselves and do introspection,
yeah.
I would, you know what? We're retooling the show.
Right.
I got to get a budget. I'm going to get a budget. No, seriously, let's get a budget. Let's put a budget together. Let's get someone on. That'll be our thing. We're going to have reality people try to do their and we don't let them. We
Yeah,
make them be good people. That's the whole game.
yeah.
No, I think that's a great. And we'll just be like, no, no, and then see what they do. It's like, what would they do if they have to be normal people?
Mm, they
I
wouldn't
think they do
exist. They just their whole persona is
comeuppance.
on that. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they can hold it up. I think they're going to truly break.
Yeah,
Some they'll people come. Look, and here's the reason they'll come on. Same reason they influencers go on a show is it makes the content, and so all you have
yeah,
to do is just stoically ask them horrible things, let
yeah,
them. But then we don't have to let them. We can still dunk on them a lot. Like, let's not. I'm not saying we're going to do a Louis Theroux. We're going to
right.
crush them.
Yeah,
Dunk on 'em. Nobody. Look, comment below if you think this idea is great. Neil's going to put some money into getting a real guest. We're going to get a panel of guests. We're going to have a whole round table. We're going to be smug dicks, and I'm not going to let them get away with things. No more. We're going to get a housewife. Those are too expensive. Who's a low level team? What's low level anyway? I don't know. I think it worked. It was effective enough for me. I think it got a lot of. I think it aired a lot out that people didn't in the mainstream were
yeah,
not aware of about
yeah,
this content, and so I think that's great. Um,
yeah,
I thought it was entertaining. I thought he really did. I think almost all of them had repercussions, and like
yeah,
even their fans are like, "You're going to get dunked on. Like this guy's going to ruin you," and he kind of just did, and he didn't even do anything. That was his whole point. Was
yeah,
everyone expected? He knew they thought they were coming for their throats. Like
right.
they were all like, "You're going to get." I'm on defensive, and then he was just like, I'm just like, okay. And then he
Yeah,
just looks at him like, okay.
yeah,
And then they don't know what to do with it. Like
yeah,
they're used to the bravado, but when
yeah,
someone's kind of like, and then he's like, "That's a beta guy," and he's like, "Oh, do you think that about me?" And he's like, then he looks, and he's like, "Why did you look at my arms?" And that's what did it. See, that's what he does.
yeah,
That's when they know they're with a real predator.
yeah,
Like they think they're predators.
yeah,
They think they know they're preying on the stupidest, weakest idiots,
yeah,
teenage boys.
yeah,
Look, if you can tell me the stupider group of people on average than teenage boys,
yeah,
I'm sorry. You don't live in my reality. because I was one. Boy, trust me, it's bad. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's anyway. So they're preying on them, and then this guy shows up, and he's just like, "Why did you look at my arms?
Yeah.
What my arm?" He's like, "Am I like?" And the guy's kind of like, "I don't know." He's like, "What? I don't work out or whatever." And so like, and even like the punching bag thing, he doesn't care what he get. Like he hits it anyway, and like looked. Here's the other thing: he actually got 800 and something, and he looked like he punched it for real. Again, I think he purposely did a kind of funny punch to look awkward,
Yeah.
to get that again. It's very devious. So I do appreciate what I just appreciate his technique. I don't think as a thinking person, although I'm also not the audience to convince of anything because I'm already on the side of everyone thinking they're disgusting monsters. But
Yeah.
I hope they lose all their Lambos and we can get the on with society in a
Yeah.
nice, humanitarian, kind, empathetic society, and let's get rid of these losers. Dump them. Dump
Yeah.
these losers. Dump 'em. You know what? Again, we don't have to worry about a birth rate for them. No one's sleeping with you, buddies. You're done now. You're not get well. Okay, I guess there's a handful out there that'll. That one guy's still married and has kids, so
Yeah.
but eventually, a lot of people are waking up. Wake up,
Yeah.
people. You're getting sold a bill of goods, and the only way forward is to treat all humans like humans. Stop othering people. Stop thinking you're better than people.
Yeah.
Stop superiority. And everyone's going to go, you're aggressive. You think you're better than everyone. No, I know I'm better than some. I don't think I am. I know. No, I try not to. I don't ever act that way, but some people definitively prove it. All of
Yeah.
these people on the manosphere go
Yeah.
there. I'm a better person than all of them, hands down. I will say, and if you want to argue with me, that's another debate I'll do. Argue, prove to me I'm worse than them, not in any way. I'm sure there's ways I'm worse than them, but I'm a, on average better person than all of them, and I don't think anyone can argue.
Yeah.
So I think that's what everyone needs to do also. Project an air superiority about these losers and
Yeah.
point out how losers they are.
But I think they are very fragile people. Like, I don't think
They are.
they really believe what they're peddling.
No, they don't believe any of this. They
Yeah.
just desperately want security and money.
Yeah.
And again, if we had a system that like built everyone up and had safety nets for people appropriately, then
Yeah.
maybe they'd have had a more secure and stable upbringing, and
Right.
then they wouldn't have these demented, weird desires and like super like trauma needs to
Yeah.
pursue some insane ideal that's like stuck in their head from childhood. So they need to heal their wounded inner childs. Sorry, therapy
It's a lot of
speak, but
work. I don't see it happening. It's a lot of work. Like, it
it
is.
is.
And I just, yeah, unless like they're forced to in some way, like they're not gonna do it. And like I
I
said, they're
mean,
making off of it and they're
yeah,
profiting off of it right now. And
yeah.
yeah, not I
I'm gonna
just
keep making fun of them. I think
yeah,
we keep making fun of them. I'm gonna try not to give them too much attention otherwise.
yeah,
I think the one thing I live that makes me feel truly great though is recognizing how truly empty almost all of them are inside and
yeah,
seeing it on camera
yeah,
and seeing how absolutely tragically empty and soulless their entire lives are, that they're suffering every day with that because they can't admit it. Right now, here's what I want to say to them. Here's what I want to say to anyone out there that's like, I can't stop saying misogynistic things to manosphere my here's the thing, bro. I guarantee you have more money than me. I guarantee they all have more money than me right now. I guarantee it. You can stop right now. Use that money to do something awesome and uplifting and good with your life. and give up all of that. You have enough now that you can build all of that on a real, and here's all you have to do to prove it. Just start a business. You take your money and either invest it wisely, don't be an idiot, or start another company. And if you can do it without selling this then you'll be a legitimate person. But
Yeah.
until then, you're selling propaganda. And I don't like cults. I don't like propagandists. I don't like hucksters. I think they're disgusting. I think they prey on the weakest people who need
Yeah.
to believe in something.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the answer is never quit, buds. It's always develop yourself, be an interesting person, treat a woman. If you want to date and you think, I'm an incel, I'll never get a date, that's because you don't think women are people. You think they're vaginas who cook you dinner.
Yeah. Well,
And
they
if
also
you're,
just so reduced to themselves. Like they have no sense of like person really. Like if you're
yeah,
only
yeah,
they're only peddling money and status. So when that goes away one day, like what are they gonna be left with? It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good luck to
Yeah.
them.
Anyway, and we'll do looks maxing one day too. That's another money and status that doesn't matter in the end. And looks maxing is maybe the trend I've ever heard because guess what? You're you probably shouldn't fight battles you can't. It's like all
Mhm.
these guys who are like, I'm never gonna die. Hey, guess what,
No.
bud? Every human on earth has lost that battle, friend. And every human loses the battle of looks maxing to age. So that's another trend that we could talk about. I don't know. It's equally insane to me. It's manosphere adjacent.
Mm.
Um, anyway, I think it was interesting to watch. I'm sorry to subject you to it. Next time we'll do. We'll see. We still have Age of Attraction potentially, and we'll see what else is up there. Um, Anything I'm missing? Or do I do plugs?
No, watch it if you want. It's you lose some brain cells along the way, and yeah, it's great.
I like to see Louis Theroux,
Yeah,
dom max them.
yeah,
He doms them hard.
yeah.
It's really nice, in my opinion. So like if you can stomach it. I know a lot of women are triggered by it because like they all do have tons of money and aren't we're suffering any repercussions from saying legitimately way worse things than Frankie Taylor Paul. Like even
Oh,
throwing a chair at your husband in an argument, even though her kid was on the couch, I'm gonna say is way, way under like denying the Holocaust and stuff. So
yeah,
like, I'm sorry, these guys are disgusting. So
yeah.
like, they're gross. But anyway, rate us, review us, like us, and subscribe. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at Is Love Blind Podcast. I believe is the username for all three of those somehow, and eventually Leveling Tree. I don't know. I think we're gonna do Age of Attraction next. I
Yeah.
think. Otherwise, we'll figure something else out, and we're gonna keep coming at you. I guess that's it.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya.